How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. BT11 is finally upon us, and whilst I'm still getting footage from locals, just wanted to bring you guys some testing footage, just the best of one to get things started. And I think we'll be doing some pre-release content and maybe one of the brickier BT11 games that we've played in testing. So we've got Sukamon versus Armour Rush. The new Digimon does cost 1 to Digivolve, which is a bit unfortunate, but definitely refunds itself. And we're going to have all of this deck running the black base. I know a lot of people like to use the yellow, but the Izzy drop for 3 is certainly a great way to get some aggression, and shades of the purple-black hybrid list. We do actually have a bunch of on-deletion stuff to extend the turn. 3-drop Geramon is treated as a Neomon, can trash 1 card with Nume, Nami. I think Etamon and Sukamon are also included in that, and it lets you draw 2. Just accelerate the pieces in hand, gonna drop it again for 3. No units suspended yet, so no memory gain off of the Mimijo. Gonna get the draw off of the Upamon and hit into a D-Digivolve on the Chikurimon, but we just go right back out into Magnamon. And there's 3 bodies on the board, only going to be able to block 1 of them. So instead we're going to choose to swing in and hit DG Dimension. D-Digivolves once again and then deletes a 6 cost or less, so nothing on the board. And we're going to hand over 4 memory. The Izzy definitely was supposed to be a rookie. Definitely just picked up the wrong card. We don't catch it for a while, but yeah. A little bit goofy there. Sukamon gonna Digivolve for 1 cost, because the Tumon does reduce the cost by 1 going into a Suka. And we're gonna go for Cooties Kick. We know it's gonna swing in and die, so drop it for 2. Loop that again. Both Digimon dying and going positive on the memory. There we go. There's the Chikurimon. So up to 5, the unblockable, as well as gain 3 memory back, is just so obnoxious. And even against Veemon, a deck that does tend to have pretty decent security, well, decently weak security, still able to find the bodies dying. We will take a Magnamon back from trash and add Awakening back to hand after hitting it in security. And just going to hard drop a level 3 Sukamon and go straight into King Sukamon from there. King Sukamon going to have the additional security attack. And we're going to go out into Lydramon. Nothing to suspend because the Sukamon's already gone. No draw off of the Upa this time, but we are going to swing in and we're going to draw off of the Mimi. Doesn't look like there's any Tumons in trash to actually splash back out. I'm pretty sure that's what the inheritable for Tumon is. Now, how do we extend the turn? Spark for 1, which gives us enough to keep with the Magnamon, gain back the memory off of the Veemon. Trying to get as much aggression out as possible before the memory blocker Tumon comes in. Gonna swing for 2 checks off the Fire Rocket. Relatively weak security on this side, and we're going to go in to the Magnamon X Antibody, using the Davis Ken to restand. Going to go into the Sukamon, this time for the full cost of 2, and does want to go for Cooties Kick, but Cooties Kick only makes stuff unblockable, whereas Redirect is not a form of blocking, so Cooties Kick not actually going to let the King Sukamon swing in for those 2 checks unblockable. It's a little bit of an awkward matchup thing. Normally, that would be the optimal way to go, but the Magnamon X Antibody, like it is in most matchups, just becomes that stone wall that's incredibly difficult to get around. Still going to swing it in. And we are going to do Redirect. Gains the 3 memory. And it's kind of a rough situation in the respects that it couldn't get the extra damage off, but at the very least is able to get the memory to cycle back up to 5. Running the black base doesn't necessarily give you as much control as some of the other ones like the yellow base, etc. But the black base and specifically the Cooties kicks. And we didn't actually see it, but Parabolic Junk as well in this deck, running 4 of each. Really, you are just running things in and having them gain like 3 million memory. So we're going to do sec -1 and then the 3k. Still have... Actually, no. Thanks to the Awakening, we can't have its DP reduced, so it's just sec -1 to slow us down for a turn. The D-Digivolve as well also gets round the healing. But we did draw into a second Magnamon X Antibody, which is just going to be stuck at 11 this time. Swinging anyway. Not fully sure why we actually commit to the swings. We don't do anything there. Oh, right. Swinging for no check still gives us a suspended Digimon on the other side of the Sukamon turn. So, on plate, gonna search for up to 7 costs worth of Digimon to splash to the board. The Etamon is the easy choice and the rest does get trashed. Sometimes you would try and go super wide, but obviously with the Magnamon X Antibody here, things become quite difficult. So just setting up a blocker in order to keep pressure. Memory blocker Chumon is in the back, and we are going to swing to trade. So I'll recover +1. And then the Pagumon effect as well is going to go off in order to add to hand. And a second Etamon blocker. So we'll gain that 1 memory. And then promote. Plenty of just cash to play with. Thinking about going for the Chess X, but I don't know that it's the right idea. I mean, also, we would need to go back into Magnamon X. We can't actually do it anymore thanks to the crash. So, blue and green sources. We're going to Megadeth one of the Etamons, swing in with a weak rookie in order to make sure that the block isn't going to cause the float. We've had some off-camera games and even a little bit of a bricky on-camera game that, if we're still behind on footage, might bring out, where swinging over that Digimon even just to clear the board doesn't necessarily clear the board, sometimes gets you even worse of a game state. Swing again with a weak blocker in order to make sure the Etamon cannot float into something else. And that forces the block and the Magnamon for game. Just that best of 1 for today's games. It's good to be back, and make sure to stay liked and subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one.